Next chance to go to the Honorable Member for Kibwezi West, Honorable Ekomas Mutuse.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I now confirm that coming early and logging in early pays. I stand to contribute to the State of Nation address delivered by His Excellency the President before the joint sitting of Parliament on the 9th of November 2023. And Madam Speaker, before I go to what I want to say, first of all is to say that the President's speech was concise, it was brief, not a lot of verbosity, not ambiguous, very specific and eloquently delivered. It was also delivered within a good time, because many times you would realize that people would deliver a speech until the people listening to the speech get very bored. And so we want to applaud the President for having a speech that was specific, a speech that was timeous, and that was also very eloquently delivered. Having discussed the form and the manner of delivery, Madam Speaker, being the member for Kibwezi and also being the Vice Chair of JLAC, I would want to speak to issues that the President spoke about, especially concerning the governance, justice, law and order sector. You would realize that our Constitution, Madam Speaker, is very right.
Honorable Basil, hold on, Honorable Mutuse. What is out of order?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think I'm standing on point of order 85. My brother Mutuse is misleading the House. He says the speech was short and precise, but it was too long. 100 points, more than 1 hour. So please, it was
Honorable
not too short.
Basil, you are totally out of order. Read your standing orders. The standing order number 85 is on anticipation of debate. Totally out of order. Continue, Honorable Mutuse.
Thank you very much. The Honorable, you know, it is very important for the Honorable Basil to also get an opportunity to speak in this House. We have come a long way with him, the member for Yatta. And you know, short is in context. Is in context because we are also comparing with what has been done in the past. We know this House has been engaged to speeches that would run for more than 3 hours. And so, like I had said, Madam Speaker, I want to contribute specifically to the issues that the President spoke about regarding the justice, law and order sector. And fundamentally, Madam Speaker, as I had said, our Constitution, the Constitution of Kenya 2010, is very rights and freedoms centric. And that's why the chapter on fundamental rights is among the most elaborate in our Constitution. And I am happy that the President was able to touch on issues that touch on fundamental rights, including political, civil, and economic and social rights as demanded in our Constitution. Madam Speaker, one of the most important things that the President spoke about is the appointment of the 6 judges of the Court of Appeal that had been delayed by the former President. Under our Constitution, the President's role in the appointment of judges is largely ceremonial, and therefore a President cannot purport to not appoint judges on the basis of imaginary intelligence reports, on the basis of imaginary integrity issues that are not put forth to the country. Madam Speaker, we know also that in terms of reviving the economy, you require a very efficient judiciary. Investors will not go to a country that cannot be able, the judicial system is not working. A country where commercial disputes cannot be resolved within time. And therefore, the number of judges, in terms of the concept of judicial efficiency, the number of judges and the number of judicial officers is very key. And that's why we in the Justice, and we applaud this House as JLAC, such when the President made the proclamation about adding the budget of the judiciary by another 3 billion, this House was able to do it. And through that budget, I can confirm that more judicial officers have been hired. As we speak today, more judges are being hired. You would recall that recently we passed the Miscellaneous Law Amendment that amended the Judicature Act, Section 7 of it, to increase the number of judges of the Court of Appeal from 30 to 70, so that justice can be dispensed expeditiously. And therefore, Madam Speaker, we want to, the country in our own thinking is on the right trajectory, and we want to request that those who get funding from this House, including the Judicial Service Commission and the judiciary, expend those resources in a manner that is prudent. Kenyans are concerned that the Judicial Service Commission appears to be living in largesse, that reports all over of members of the Judicial Service Commission touring countries abroad, living luxuriously, are not very pleasing. And therefore we want, even as we give monies to other arms of government within the justice and law and order sector. That
your time is up. Honorable Junet.